Hi, everybody. I think we're live. It says we're live. Anyway, hello, everyone. It's Wednesday evening. It's 8 p.m. It must be time for one thing, Alice.
Yep, Spirit Talk TV.
Absolutely. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spiritual Talk. It's great to be back on a Wednesday night. Hi, Alice.
Hi, Paul. Hi there. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So we got a different format, haven't we? We started last week with Jane. So we're going to do a couple of messages tonight, and then we'll go into our interview. And we got another great guest this evening. So you guys know how this works. We're going to bring through messages from our loved ones. If you understand the information coming through, let us know. Come and take the message. Be great to see you coming into the studio as well. It's always better to hear your voice. I mean, you can come in with on our messenger, but it's better to come in. We'd love to see you in person. We better just say hello to a few people on here as well. Hi, Helen. Hi, Jimmy. Or Jim, sorry. Hi, Paul and Julianne. It's good to see you guys. Can you see the comments, Alice? I don't think you can see the comments, can you?
I can't see. No, I can't. No.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm not sure what's happened there, but I'm just going to copy the link and put that into the comments. I'm going to paste it. So, guys, you should be able to see the link going into myself, Jane's page, also into Alice's Sparkle of Light page. Come say hi. And if you recognize, especially if you recognize the information that's coming through, don't forget to share and like everybody as well. We would, I should say, start again. I'm getting ahead of myself, and I know Spirit is coming close to me because my mind's going. Anyway, Kelly Stars I was just testing to see if it works. I hope it works. So what was it? I see my mind's going. I've definitely got Spirit coming in, Alice.
So you were talking about the comments. Is there anything in the comments box?
Yeah, come on in if you recognize the information that we're bringing through. Have you got someone with you, Alice? I can feel Spirit around us already.
Okay.
How are you doing? Do you want to go first?
You go first, I think, Paul, because I think you're ready.
I don't know what's going on, but I've got a gentleman coming in around me, and I can hear him laughing because I'm making a fool of myself. And I'm tripping over myself in my conversation. So I'm just going to connect with this gentleman. I know he talks about the multiple conditions that he passed with. It's not a particularly something he wants to remember. It's not something he wants to highlight. But I know he had multiple issues with him. There is a name, Eric or Erica, that he's trying to give me as well that connects to him. I also know the name Alice also connects to him. I was just wondering, Alice, for a second there. That just worried me a little bit. I know he did have an underlying heart problem as well. Also, the name Michael connects to him. And the name Eddie as well. He wants to connect to an Eddie. So, guys, if you understand this information coming in, he's also talking about somebody he knows here that's still here is painting and decorating at the moment, or could actually be a painter and decorator. But he's talking about that information. Also, he keeps laughing at me as well. I believe his partner is still here this side of life. I've had no comments yet. And you can't even see from your side, can you?
I can't see a thing except for... I can see you.
On the right-hand side, can you see? Is there nothing at all?
Do you want me to press the comments?
That's it. Press on the comments and see what happens.
Oh, yeah, I can see now.
Yay!
Yeah, I can see now. It does help when you press the comments button, though, doesn't it?
Awesome. Absolutely. I can see him. Okay. Great stuff. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to keep going with this information. I know this gentleman. I do feel he's this side of the Atlantic. I feel he's in the UK. The information he's given me. It says keep going because they are listening. They are listening. Some people are not used to us doing messages straight away, so we're just going to keep going. Okay, I know his dad as well. He keeps talking about being dad, but he's talking about someone close to him, and I'm not sure if it's the Eric, but there's someone close to him that's a painter and decorator, and I know they're still here. Hi guys, good to see you, Lisa Davis. Good to see you. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. If you've missed some of this information, I know this gentleman would have passed with. I know there was a suspected cancer. I know there was also a heart condition with this gentleman. Okay. I also know he would have passed in his 70s as well. I believe he was around the age between 76 and 78. He keeps giving me that Ed, and I'm not sure if the name originally was Ed Wood, but I keep getting Eddie as well that connects to him. And also, I believe. Okay. Good. Hi, everyone. Hi, Gary. It's good to see people join in. I'm just going to keep going because I'm not landing this for some reason. People are not picking it up. I know would have passed in hospital as well because he's talking about the hospital. And I know there would have been 3 people at his bedside that said goodbye to him. Now, I don't know why, Alice, because I have a funny feeling I might even be connecting to you. Do you understand any of this information, Alice?
I can't understand the names. I can understand the name
just
Alice.
The one. It was just the one where it was the Alice.
Yeah, but there is another Alice.
Okay.
There is another Alice.
Do you understand the Eddie? Ed and Eddie I keep getting. And also the painter and decorator. Because I feel like I'm
painter and decorator, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, I don't understand the name Eddie, but painter and decorator, yeah, I do.
Okay, whereas I can't take that away. Edward or Eddie as well is trying to give me. Do you understand the multiple conditions that there was a lot of things wrong with him before he passed into the spirit world? I know there was some kind of suspicion around cancer.
Yeah,
do you understand this?
He did have cancer. Yeah.
But there was also other issues around his heart as well. Can I tell you, this man was a very generous man and larger than life. I also know that he had a lot of friends. And people thought a lot more of him. He's also telling me how chuffed he was because he wasn't aware of how popular he was when he passed. He wasn't realized how. Also, the name Sue he's trying to give me. Sue. The name Sue. I know Sue Smith just popped up on it and said hi, Paul, but the name Sue he's trying to give me as well. And I know there's a connection with engineering. He's trying to give me the connection with the engineering. And I believe that's a brother or an uncle he's trying to give me, and the shipbuilding connection as well. And it's plates, like a big steel plates I'm seeing. Does that make sense? I also know there was an industrial accident he talks about. And I'm also going to, I don't know what part of Scotland. I believe you're over the Forth Bridge, that way somewhere. Would you understand the industrial accident he's talking about?
Yeah, I understand the industrial accident with someone out that way near the Forth Bridge. Yeah.
Do you understand there's somebody here that's been suffering with the issue of the blood? There's a problem around the blood. I'm not sure if it's diabetic. There's a problem with the blood. He's making me aware. Also, I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to leave his love with you. Sorry, I didn't mean to go there. It's because it just jumped in really quickly. Okay.
I can understand, though, why you would, Paul, because there is someone very ill just now having problems with the blood. And it's very close to the family. So
and he would be very, very proud of them. And there's a lot of love trying to send to him as well. Do you understand Clydesdale or Clyde or Cliff? Something he's trying to give me as a place.
I understand what you mean by that. Yeah.
Okay.
He works down that way at one point.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know why. If this is your dad, did he used to drink the most disgusting Bovril?
It's not my dad. It's my father-in-law.
Okay. Did he used to drink the most disgusting Bovril? I'm
not sure, but I'll find out.
I know it makes me laugh with that. And I know he said to me, I was a man. I'll be okay. can't hear. Or you could always try us on YouTube, guys. I also know that the way he's talking here, he was a man that had his routine. He liked his routine.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, he couldn't, and he certainly wouldn't have been able to get on with computers.
No.
He'd have rather thrown it at you than turn it on. Okay.
Even I struggle.
Okay. Can I leave his love with you? We'll try to get someone else in on here.
Thank
so
you.
as I was doing a demonstration, I was at a demonstration on Friday, and I got a message from my father. I always feel a bit guilty when it's our own loved ones come in, but of course they have every right to come in and say hello. Please take his love, Alice.
Thank you so much, Paul. And as I can say, I understand why that would be brought in tonight. It's very, very significant. So I will pass this message on to his daughter. Okay.
Awesome.
So thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So would you like me to go now?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. Let's go. Right. Let me see what I've got coming through. Come on.
I could sit here and do a reading for you because I've got another one coming for you, but I'll do that another time. Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget. Yeah. Hold on. Right. I've got a lady stepping forward. I just feel this lady. She comes in. She's very vibrant in color. I can see lots of pink, and I feel that she dressed very bright. She said she liked to dress that color because she didn't have. She says if she felt if you dressed dark, then it made you quite flat, and she didn't have a dull personality. She says, she always looked. I'm hearing the song. She always looked on the bright side of life, even when she was very ill. And I feel that she was given a time scale of her illness and when she would pass to spirit world. I feel she asked this to a doctor, or she was told this by someone in the profession, the medical profession, and she still kept this upbeat personality that never ever seemed to go away. Now there's something very important about this. I don't know if this is a cerise pink dress that she's wearing or a pink suit, but I can't make my mind up if it's a dress or a suit, but I know it's cerise pink. And I feel she would have worn this to a very special occasion, like a wedding, or something that I feel it was a wedding.
So yeah, Debbie can understand this, our guest from last week. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie. Hi. So can you understand this then? Where she would have worn this at a wedding, Debbie? This cerise pink, because I feel I've got to keep mentioning this for some reason. Because is Debbie coming on, or is she?
Don't know. Can you see the link into our comments? We'd love to have you back in here.
Oh, do I? Oh, let's go back.
There you go. I've pasted it again. Lou Cook said it could also be her mother-in-law.
Don't wait till see. I'm not seeing any comment. I'm just going to continue on with her just now.
Yeah.
Because if I look at the comments, I'm coming out of the power. So I'm just going to stick with what I've actually got just now. I just feel this lady would be either a mum or a mother-in-law, or someone who would have been very close and very important in the family. Okay. And I also feel with her as well. It's funny that it is Debbie, because I could actually see, I really could see a sunny place, and I know she was outside, and I feel this wedding would have been outdoors, and there's a picture of her outside that she's showing me, where she'd been standing outside. I'm seeing her just on her own here just now, though. She's not giving me anyone else around her. She's just coming forward here on her own. But she had the most, she laughed. She's got a real bubbly laugh here. I really, you know, can Debbie, is Debbie there?
I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh no, I'm on Facebook. And Lou's put yes. And Lou keeps saying yes to all of this.
Okay. Then she said she was taken into hospital. Then she went into hospital. Now I feel that she had treatment. She said she had treatment in hospital. So she had to have treatment in the hospital because she said she went into hospital to have treatment.
So Lou, if you're listening, please jump on. I've also got Debbie. I'm going to bring Debbie on to see if she can understand this as well.
Hi, guys.
Debbie.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Deb. How are you?
I'm watching you from the car, but I could understand all of that and the pink dress and the diagnosis, and also being in the hospital. So yes.
Okay. Can you also understand as well about the wedding she talks about? She's talking about a wedding that she was at before she passed the spirit world.
The wedding is very significant to her illness, so I could understand where she's going with this.
Okay. That's fine. Can I also say as well though, I felt she was mom or a mother-in-law. Okay.
She's my mom.
I just feel this. Oh, bless it. Oh, that's lovely, Debbie. Oh, that's lovely, because I just feel this closeness, and it's like she gave you these squishy hugs. Do you understand that? Yeah, yes. You know, and everybody loved her. You know, in her energy and her vibration, I just feel that you know, she was very spiritual as well, Debbie.
Yes.
She was very spiritual, and she could tell you things that she felt, and she's not saying premonition. She's actually saying she knew because she trusted spirit world.
Yes.
Okay. And I feel she had strong faith, her faith, not a religious faith as such, but her faith.
Yes.
And she's also saying that she said she's sorry, I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay. She's also just said she's very proud of how far you have come and the hoops you have taken to get where you are now. Okay. Yes. But she's also saying here as well, you've got another few hoops to come. Okay.
Yes.
And she's going to be with you as you go through them. Okay. Like she has been anyway.
Yes.
Okay. Can you understand why I'm seeing a camel?
Yes. So the camel is very significant. It's about preserving my energy.
Okay.
So I understand that.
That's fine. Because I'm saying to her, I can't see him. I can't see him seeing a camel. She says, no, it's all right. Honestly, just tell her about the camel.
I understand.
Okay. So she's bringing this in as well. But you know, I also feel though with her, there was also something going on with her bladder. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Because okay. She just said to me it wasn't working very well. Okay. No. It wasn't working very well. She had quite a few issues going on, Debbie, not just the one. Okay.
Yes. I understand.
But you know, for everything that the treatment that she was actually having, and the diagnosis, I feel she was diagnosed. Okay. But I feel she knew, or somebody told her. Someone told her about a time scale. Okay. And she knew.
That was very significant, yes.
Okay. But you know, you would never have known, Debbie, because for everybody else around her, she had this smile, and she kept it, and she kept this upbeat personality here, as her feelings and her thoughts on it were but we all go one day.
Yeah.
And this was her time. And she just, you know, so beautiful and courageous, you know, that she actually could just take that on board, you know, and make it her own. And I know that it was very, very difficult for you. And I feel she talks about her brother as well. I don't know if she's talking about your brother here, you know, or her own brother, but she's mentioning a brother. Yeah. I know that this is very significant. No, it's your brother. She talked about her son. Do you understand this? She talks about her son. Yeah. Now, she's just said that she would like to pull you back together again a little bit closer.
Yes.
Okay. You know, it's like she's knitting the family back together. She wants to knit the family back together again. Okay. And I just want to leave you with her, love. I want to just leave you with her, love. And just know that the little few hoops that she talks about that's still to come is nothing like where you've ever been in the past. Okay. All right. But she's saying you're striving for better opportunities and things coming your way. But I'm going to tell you now that, she's just said some of the things might not be what you think, okay? But it'll be right. Okay. Be patient, okay? And your mom was a very patient person.
She was.
She's a very patient person. And she's just saying, you know where impulsiveness gets you, okay? Yeah. Okay, so that's not happening again. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Awesome.
Lots and lots of love, Debbie.
Thank you.
I love the lady. Love the lady.
Thank you so much for bringing me in. She was diagnosed 5 years to live, and she went into 15 years later.
Wow, that's superb.
Yeah, so her faith and her strength and all of those things you said were
very positive.
Yeah, very positive person. So thank you both. Yeah. I was coming in to support, not expecting a reading, so you caught me off guard here.
Bless you.
So thank you so much for just delivering that beautiful message. Very heartfelt.
Meant to be, Debbie.
Yeah, you just never know. If you're watching, it could be a message for you. So
yeah,
awesome.
I believe that.
Debbie.
Yeah,
take care now.
Take
care.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome way to start the show. Now, someone's just put on there, I think it was Liz. We are also doing messages after the interview as well. And I believe our next guest is also going to join in, which is quite rare. I know Debbie did last week, but it is quite rare because it can be really difficult to do live readings. But we have another brilliant medium this week as our guest, and I'm going to introduce her. Her name is, I'm going to actually, before I say this, Ali is in the background. Ali, I'm so sorry. If I say your surname's wrong, please don't shoot me. Okay, so this is Ali Mather. And Ali has many passions in life. She is a natural psychic medium, a Reiki Master and teacher, a paranormal investigator, and a tarot card reader. She works with our spirit guides to ensure you receive the guidance and healing that your body and soul needs at that moment in time. Ali teaches workshops on spiritual development, the law of attraction, and all levels of Reiki, as well as demonstrating mediumship. Ali has it says here, an infinite, Jane's written this for me, an infinite passion for dogs. Ali and her husband have fostered, honestly, I'm not joking, 57 dogs over the last 14 years. And they currently have 5 dogs that have found their forever home. How beautiful is that? So let's bring Ali in. Hi, Ali.
Hi, thank you. Thank you.
Wow, is there any dogs around? Are we safe? Can you hear us all right? I'm not sure if you can hear us.
I can. It's a little bit crackly, but I'm hoping it'll sort itself out.
Yeah, I hope so. So welcome to the show. Welcome to Spiritual Talk. We always ask our mediums. It's the one thing we like to ask because there'll be a lot of mediums or people that are interested. How did it start for you becoming a medium?
From being tiny, really, I used to have imaginary friends, which I think is always a sign of a child having spirit guides around them. So through my teens, it scared me to death. So in my 20s, I sort of started doing development. Then I've had a lot of amazing teachers on my path that have come in at the right time. So, but in my 20s and 30s, we're bringing families up, career building in construction. So then into my 40s, that's when I started doing this more than just family and friends. Started doing this then for a living. So
yeah, and you offer quite a lot of services, and you're a very busy medium.
yeah.
I think you said to me the other day you had to rearrange over Christmas. You wasn't very well. Something like 176 readings you had to rearrange.
Just
Oh, 76. Just 76. You know, that's a lot. So that is a lot. So you're obviously a very, forgive me for using the word experience, because that implies something else, but you're a very well experienced medium. And one of the things we'll ask our guests to ask you questions. So guys, if you've got any questions for Ali, please fire them at Ali. Okay, she's here to answer your questions. And you're going to work as well with us, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Which is great. So, just tell us a little bit about the dogs, because I'm really quite interested. How did you get into the dog side of things as well? I know we're going off piece from mediumship, but the idea of having lots of dogs running around.
Oh, it's amazing. We just love the dogs are his life, work and dogs, and that's it. So, what else do we need? So, I started dog fostering. I actually worked for police during the recession, construction work on its backside, basically. And as I worked as project officer for West Yorkshire Police Force, of doing like a black boo rollout into it. And then that's how I got into dog fostering, because they got a dog fostering organisation. So, and then we sort of stayed with them for a few years, but the last probably 5 or 6 years, we've gone with an amazing charity called Saving Saints, and we foster them from abroad as well. We keep the ones that are too damaged to be rehomed, so get them back on the feet.
That's beautiful. You brought your fan club tonight as well, I can see.
Yeah. I've said, everybody, please join me. Don't make me Billy No mates sat there. So
awesome. There's another one here. There's some people are saying some lovely things about you. Now it's interesting, isn't it? But to get to a point where people really appreciate what you're doing, you're clearly doing something right. And one thing about mediumship is it's really, I think personally, hi all. I know someone else asking for a fellow medium. Hi. I thought we had a spammer then. Sorry, Tony. It's really important that we maintain a level of ethics. So to get a good name I always say it's really hard. To get a bad name is really easy. So what do you think has built up your reputation over the years? Your consistency, especially with the amount of readings that you do.
I just love what I do. And I think if you're loving it, other people pick up on that. I think the fact that it brings peace to people here and people in the spirit world is just amazing. So even though I do this every day and I am a workaholic, I work usually sort of 14 hours a day, I just love what I do. And there's never a week goes past that I don't get a wow moment. So there never seems to give you that. And you're always learning.
That's brilliant. Yeah. So, and plus the fact you're obviously quite good.
I'm lucky. This is a lot of work.
Oh, I don't know. When you say lucky, see, I think you know that energy comes towards you. People appreciate that. You know, if you're good, they'll keep coming back. So yeah, we've got lots of comments coming in. Here's another one, Irene. You are amazing. So
that's the mother of my grandson, and my grandson's staying up late to watch tonight.
Oh, bless. And we got Vicky coming in as well. Hi, Vicky. Good to see you. Good to see you. So for you though, what has been the most difficult part of your journey in terms of I mean, was you a natural medium? Did you start reading straight away, or was it literally over a period of time that you started to work, or was it very much you just bounced straight into it because you're a natural medium?
So no, I mean, I did it for sort of friends for a lot of years. Never thought I'd ever do it as a living. Me, like I said, my career in construction were everything. I were director of a specialist installation company within construction, and I'd worked my way up to that. So that's what I thought was my career. So, but then the universe just has other ideas for you. So and they push you in certain directions, and sort of one thing led to another. I don't really think I've had a difficult part, if that makes sense. I think that I always see anything that comes in is like a learning process. And it's what you can take away from it. So
yeah. Okay, so if I was to ask you, if it was at the beginning of your journey, and I love asking this question to mediums, what would you change? Would there be anything you would change?
I'd probably do a lot more development circles. So I did tend to stay away from SNU churches, and I didn't really know why at that point, and I saw understand more of that because of all the politics that's involved. So, but I always encourage people to join development circles because it's just practice. I mean, you know, when I did sort of start before I went as professional, when I was doing this sort of with my other job as well, I would just read for anybody, no matter where I went. Hairdressers, a walking weekend, any meditation workshops that I attended, I'd say, anyone want to read at the breaks. And I don't think you can practice enough. So because I think it's your confidence, and you've got to really just embrace it. You've got to trust it. You've got to trust your guys, trust what you're getting. It's so hard to be, you could get 1,000 good comments and then you get one bad, and that is probably the hardest thing because you don't remember the other 999, you remember that one. So, and I think that people maybe don't realise, or I don't know why they make nasty comments at times, but I think that's probably the thing that's the hardest thing. So, and trusting what you get.
Do you not think though?
Sorry.
Do you not think though, Ali, that as mediums we're very hard on ourselves though, because we want to get it right for spirit world?
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just to bring some balance as well, not all the SNU churches are political. Can I just say they're all individually run? So, so just to bring some balance to that. And I know some centres that are not are full of politics that have broken down. So it really is depending on the people that are running them and trying to find. Same as the circle though, with a home circle. I know, I know of somebody that went to a home circle and was asked to leave, but he didn't fit in with that. It wasn't me, by the way. And he was asked to, just say it wasn't me. Just because I support Norwich, I wasn't kicked out. It was not me.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's SNU churches that are amazing that do. I do demonstrations for, but then there's others that I refuse to do prayers and I refuse to do philosophy because I don't follow the religious side of this. I have my own beliefs with it. So, and it would feel fake if I went somewhere and started getting them to do prayers when it's not really what I'm about. So, and of course, then some churches don't want that if you're not prepared to do it, and that's fine. I'm just not the right medium for them. So,
absolutely. And Eddie's put on here, I'm not talking about football tonight because he's a Liverpool fan, and we poor lads. They lost. We won't mention it, Eddie. Sorry. Moving on. So it's interesting you talk about not having how. See, I believe all roads lead to the same thing. So you say you have different ideas in terms of. Well, I don't want to use the word God or creator. For you, how is that? What is that?
The universe, really. I absolutely 100% know the law of attraction works because I live it. So I know that works. So, and I do believe there's a way. I think I'm probably more pagan than anything. So anything that is organised religion gets me hackles up my death. So I always, and what I say to people is that, I've come across things and I've thought, no, that's not right. And 10 years later, I've gone, yeah, it is. Because I just weren't ready for it at that point. So, and there's, I think we've all got, there's different paths to lead as well. And you've got to go with what feels right for you. You've got to, all this is grey. It's not black and white. So, and you've got to, I think, what fits with you, what feels right in your stomach, that's right for you. So I said, listen to everybody else, but only adopt it as your own opinion if that's what you absolutely feels right.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things you were talking about as well, you talk about working with people's guides at that moment. Can you explain a little bit more on that? So if I come to you, is it literally, Ali, can you tell me my guides are, or is it more about working with them?
It's a bit of both. I have 4 different types of readings, really. Past loved ones, the future with all of them, like past loved ones. Spirit guides, so I can tell you what guides you've got, what you've got, why they're here, what it is they're here to do. I see that as like a detailed future reading. So, but within that, you get you also get loved ones who often come through as guides as well. So, and past lives, I work with one of my guides who shows me their past lives as well. I'm watching the film, but I also do past life regressions as well, which I think are just fascinating, absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, past life. And is that more for a healing perspective, or?
It can be, or just as part of meditation workshop that I run as well. You do a past life regression where you get to go into 2 lives, and some people even manage to find themselves afterwards on the internet from information that we've got during that life. So, but yeah, and I do sort of soul retrieval and past life healing as well, because we carry forward far more than we ever realise from past lives, be it relationships, issues, fears, phobias, obsessions. I think they come from, and even some always really sort of surprises me, because it's clearly not the same physical self, because the same physical self degrades. But you can even carry through pain that you've had, or an injury that you've had, or an illness. But I think that what I've found, and I always have these theories, and then they show me something, I go, well, that's screwed that theory up, then I'm take. So, but I have to have these theories, it has to be sort of a bit black and white in my head. And I think that the ones where it's like, if you've got, a bad back, you've never done anything in this life for your back to hurt, that it can be a past life carryover. And I find that the ones where the injuries stay is where there's an emotional connection to it. That it could be that they've been hurt by somebody that they've loved, or an accident has been connected to somebody that they love. So I think it's very forward a lot more than what we think. And then once we realise that we've got the way it's connected, then you can make your peace with it, and sometimes that pain then just goes away, the ache stop happening.
Yeah. I'm sorry about the crackling, guys. If you can hear the crackling, I think you've come in on a link from YouTube, and I've done my usual. I forgot to send you a link, haven't I, Ali?
You did. I found it in comments on YouTube, because I was saying, where's my link?
Honestly, sometimes it's just unbelievable. So what I'm going to suggest in a sec is that you, I'm just going to click onto yours. I've clicked it in. I've just put the link into your Facebook. Do you want to drop out and drop back in again? So we're just hearing a little bit of background noise, and see if you can come back in through a different way. So it's in your messenger.
I got it.
Awesome. All right. So if you want to drop out, I'll drop you out. If you want to try and come in on the other link, we'll see you in a second. So I've got so many questions that I want to ask her as well. I mean, I want to go down the line of working with the guides as well. I don't know about you. In terms of your guides, do you actually know who your guides are?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
you're talking to me. Yeah.
And I know who a couple of them are. Yeah.
So that's good. I talk a lot. Yeah,
I thought I was joking there, so I was going to take a ring. I can't believe it. You asked me a question.
I don't want to contact you on the other side. That's not what's happening tonight. All right, that's not happening. So I'd rather you stay here and present. So yeah.
I do know one of my guides. Abraham is his name. But he's been with me for years. And
here she comes.
Yeah. And there's a new guide came in now, but I also feel family in spirit world as well. I know for a fact I've got 2 there that's very close around me as well. So yeah.
I was just
hi, Ali, you're back.
Yeah,
I am without the crackles. Thank you.
Oh, it's much better. Thank you
Yeah.
for doing that. And apologies to everyone at home. It's my fault. So we can hear you a lot more clearly now. And actually, the screen is actually clearer as well, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Really good. So
Brilliant.
we were just asking about. I was asking Alice about her guides. Do you know who you work with?
Not always, no. Sometimes they'll come and introduce themselves in a dream. So and they'll say, "I'm your guide. This is what me do. This is how long I'm here for." And I work easy with them. I don't always see my own guides. I can often feel them. So and I think they come in to do a certain job, and then when they've done that job, they go. and then it's another one will pop in at that point. So, but I don't always know who they are. Sometimes I'll meditate if I've been in a strong guide around me that's trying to get a message to me. So, but usually I think, like with most people, guides just float things in. So it's just random thoughts that come into your head that you haven't actually sit and thought about, if that makes sense. So when you go, oh, that's a really good idea. Why didn't I think of that before? That's right. It's a good feeling.
Yeah, but it's a different level there when we talk to our loved ones, isn't it?
Yeah, it's completely different. Yeah, I always feel like I've got to raise my energy to talk to loved ones to hear, but then if I want to talk to spirit guides, I've got to raise it up here, so to connect with them. But yeah, and don't get me wrong, if everyone, when you often on the spirit guide reading, you past loved ones come in, and if a spirit guide, if we're doing a past loved ones reading, and a spirit guide wants to get a message through, I'm not in charge of reading, so come in and give it.
Yeah. I've just got a question Spirit have just said to ask you, but I'm aware I just talk too much, and poor Alice, she sits there like, oh god, he's going to shut up in a minute.
He asked me a question and I was like, oh, me? What, asking me a question? I was enthralled listening to you, Paul. That's what it was.
Can I actually clear something up? Because a lot of people say, Paul, do you know, you talk too much. Can I just say it's actually nervous energy. Like, honestly, even if I'm doing a reading, or this is a kind of a question as well. Even when I do a reading or a demonstration, doesn't matter what I'm doing, I always get nervous. And a part of going live, you never know who's going to watch this. You never know, the king could be watching somewhere. Who knows? You never know.
No, I wasn't nervous until you said that.
It was, yeah.
I never thought about that.
Anybody can jump on your lives and watch.
I know.
And comment, and it's a wonderful thing. So that's why I talk for England, because I'm like, oh my god, I can't have any gaps. But Spirit, and I also asked Spirit to give me questions as well, and I wanted to ask you about today in modern society. It's so difficult for us to change our life. There's a lot of prompts and stuff on Instagram and TikTok, how we raise our vibration. But is there anything you do, Ali, to raise your own vibration to connect with the spirit world? You talk about taking your vibration up to here to the guides. And interestingly, I had an experience last year where an energy said to me about raising my vibration. That's all very well. How do you go about doing that? That's, as a medium, you know, we do live a human life. So how do we mix the two?
So for me, I think meditation is the key to everything spiritual. So the key to anything, just everything. It's key to good mental health. I really think that they should teach it in more schools. So
sorry, I wasn't laughing at you, Ali. Someone's put a comment on here.
I know, I've seen it. That's why I was laughing.
Ali, put your hand up to talk, all right?
That's why I was laughing.
Okay. Sorry, Ali. Carry on.
Carry on, Ali.
What we're saying.
we should have bought a glass of wine. It's like being amongst friends tonight, isn't it? Yeah. Just amongst ourselves. So people at home watching, we do apologise.
So yeah, the raising vibrations we were talking about. So I do think Reiki helps me massively. Helped me to cope with depression and raised me vibration. I think so. I don't go as low into depression is what I did. But I think connecting, I mean, it's like, I think when I do readings, it's like you're in a meditative state, and so and you guys will take you to wherever you need to be. I'm always very conscious that yes, this is a gift and they give it and I'm grateful for it, but they can take it away anytime.
Yeah.
So and I never lose sight of that.
Guys, also, if you want to check out any of Ali's work, here's her email address.
Thank you.
And also, I will put on how to contact her. It's website, and also here comes her email, and I will flick them up as we go through the evening. Here we are. Yeah, sorry, go on, Alice.
Oh, there's a spelling mistake. It should be Gmail, not gmail.com.
Oh, that's me.
But people
I'll do that now. Carry on, Alice. I'll hide that.
Yeah, you say you have a lot of dogs that you've rescued, which is admirable, really. I love dogs.
Me too.
Absolutely love dogs. If I had I would have them all here. I love them. But what is your thoughts on dogs being psychic?
Absolutely. I mean, the old lady Annie that we sadly lost 2 years ago, and everybody knows that Annie was my baby in Fluffy Cove. So, and she used to see spirits that I didn't see, and she'd pick up on them. And if somebody had got a dog in spirit, she'd often copy that dog's body language. She would have come into me in limited readings. So, the Doberman we've got, we didn't think he could even see spirits until the day that Annie died, and he saw her. So, and I think like people, some dogs can, some dogs can't. And Diesel clearly could see them. We've got a dog called Ghost, and she can see spirits as well. So it's quite her name is quite appropriate. Funny thing is that she was never scared of Annie in real life. So, but she's terrified of Annie in spirit world. She'll often jump up on bed, see Annie there, and she runs off and sits in the corner.
Yeah.
So, but they often can do at people's readings as well. They've got souls just like we have.
I totally agree. I just was wondering what your thoughts were on it, because my two dogs are definitely, they're definitely very much in tune with us as a family. But I would say most definitely with my husband and myself, they just, you could be sitting thinking something, you know, or have an emotion about something, and all of a sudden, particularly Mia, the cockapoo, she just knows. She just knows, you know. I
think dogs are very tuned into energy, and that's what they pick up on.
Yeah, and you know what? Also, I feel she tells Cassie. Do you know? She tells Cassie. It's as if she makes that contact with Cassie, and then Cassie's involved in it as well. And I'm thinking, we're actually having a conversation here, and there's no words getting spoken. Do you know? I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Really
My husband Johnny, particularly when Annie was here, he'd say, "You're doing that thing again," and there'd be me and Annie and Ghost, and all of us would be moving at the same time, watching somebody walk across the room. So, and we weren't looking at each other; we were just watching somebody.
Yeah. I love it. My dog sits in a bark. She did it earlier on. She was having a bark, but not a bark, loud bark. It's like a kind of talking bark, and she's keeping looking, and I'm like, there's nobody there that I can see. But she definitely sees something, and then I could feel a sensation, and I could feel the sensation going around her and me, and I thought, I think that's my dad. I think that's my dad, because it was the kind of noise that she would have made if my dad was still living here. Do you know? But it was just out the blue though, so I think it's interesting. I love it, and I think animals are bringing such unconditional love. You know,
it's the only time you'll ever get unconditional love is with an animal. Every other love comes with conditions. I will love you whatever. Dogs, no. I mean, a lot of the dogs that we've had, and particularly ones who are brought and from Canine and Kitty Care, which is a fantastic charity, West Yorkshire Police's charity. Some of the dogs that we've had that have been so damaged and by humans, and they never get up. I mean, Angel, one of ours, she was a lab rat in a clinical testing laboratory before she came to us. So, and you know, I won't go into a full story, but the things that she went through were horrendous. You know, one little girl that we had that had been abused by a human. So, and they just never give up on people. You know, they always will do the best to connect with people, to get them to like them. They're very much people pleasers. I think the ones that are the worst abused are the biggest people pleasers going, which is sad, really.
It is so sad. It breaks my heart. It really does. You know, and I don't know how anyone can be like that. You know,
I don't. I could listen to a person scream before I could listen to a dog scream.
No,
yeah, Angel, the one that worked like that, she has awful nightmares. She's happy by day. She's really happy. She's really playful. She's really loving, but she screams most nights in sleep. And they all sleep with us. They're all the big dogs. 3 of them same size as Doberman. Funny's the lab beagle cross. She's a bit smaller, and Poppy is foster puppy that came last year that we adopted because she's just too damaged yet to be reowned. So they all sleep with us. So, but I've got to jump out of bed and get under bed to touch Angel when she's having one of her off nightmares. But yeah, they are.
You really are. You're doing a wonderful, wonderful job. You really
No,
are.
we get so much out of them. It's just, it's the first time that they let you stroke them. With Poppy, it were about 4 months before we could stroke her. So the first time that they actually realised that affection is nice, that it's not going to be hurting him. Where the first time they give you the tummy, because that's absolute trust. So, and it's amazing. We get way more out of them than what we ever give to them. It's a bit, I always feel it's a bit selfish, really, but I also think that I'm just really lucky because, Poppy still comes into readings with me, unless anybody's allergic or terrified dogs, and then obviously she don't. But if I'm doing like video call readings, I do them in bedroom because the Doberman can't get comfy reading room anymore. He's on his athletics betting, so I like to be in bed under covers. So I feel very lucky that they can be involved as well, and that I'm able to work at home for them.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's, you know what? I just feel that is your life path here, to rescue. Yeah, and not just animals. I feel rescue some people as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that people, I just absolutely believe in synchronicity. That the universe sends exactly who and what you need at the exact time that you need it.
Yeah.
We do have a question from Cat. Sorry, guys, I had a coughing fit halfway through that. I had to go outside.
You recovered, Paul, because you weren't well at weekend, were you?
No. I'm not sure if I've got COVID or just a cold. I'm not sure what it is. I want to say man flu, but it's not that bad. That's worse than COVID. So, okay, Carol. Hi, Carol. She's asked, I think she's put it, so if you could get a message from someone famous, why would it be?
Who would it be?
Who would it be? Sorry, and why? That's to all three of us, apparently. So, do you want to go first, Ali?
So, for me, I don't think that they come to connect when they've got a reason to connect, and it's usually because the loved ones are asking for a reading. So, somebody famous, unless they actually knew in person, I don't think would probably come to connect. Maybe the guide.
I was going to ask on a fantasy level, who would you like to bring you a message from the spirit world?
Oh, I think John Edwards is one of my biggest heroes, to be fair. So, yeah, I think it has to be him.
Okay.
He's still alive, though, that's the thing, I suppose.
John Edwards being a medium.
Yeah, he's an amazing medium, John Edwards, yeah. So, he helps me. Reading his books and watching his programmes. One last time he does it. I think that I got a lot from that. That helped me in the early days. But he's still alive. He's still alive. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't kill him off. Then.
Yeah.
Sorry, John.
He's still alive.
Killed you off.
Well, I don't mind. He's I'm sure he can connect easily. Do you know? I don't know. I can't think of anybody. Anybody famous. So I can't think of anybody famous that wants to really talk about.
I don't know. It's funny when you always put on the spot, you can't think of someone.
Oh, because I nearly said Donny Osmond, but he's still alive as well, so I thought I can't say him. I can't. Oh,
wow,
yeah.
Guys, we're really showing right. Donny Osmond.
Yeah, he was my first crush. Was Donny Osmond? I've got to say.
Oh yeah, he's still mine.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze comes to mind because Patrick Swayze is just amazing. Everything that he did. So yeah, and he's definitely dead. We know that.
How about you, Alice? Who would you have? Come on, who would you have?
Honestly, Princess Diana.
Oh, yeah.
I would love her to come through, but she never ever will. But I would love her to come through. Yeah.
Well, Debbie had Tupac. Last week. I was giving messages, Ali, and Debbie Romero. She had Tupac come in, stand behind her, and I didn't think it was appropriate to say at the time, but he had a silver handgun in his hand, and I think it was Carol. If you're listening, I think it was Carol that sent me the picture of him holding a silver handgun. So that was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then Debbie is based near Hollywood, so she's not far from the stars. And that was his message. She's going all the way. So awesome. But I don't know, who would I want from history to come in? I don't know. Probably if Jesus existed, I'd say Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're like, oh, look at that. I can feel the ripples.
Well, do you know what? I'm going to be hands up and be honest on this. Okay.
Go on.
But people won't believe me. I've had a couple of experiences with them.
Okay.
Yep.
Hang on, you're frozen. You're frozen. Hold on. You're back again. You're back again. I don't want to miss this. Yeah. No. Keep going.
Yeah. I have had a couple. Yeah, I have had a couple of experiences with them, and I wasn't thinking about them at all. And it was during a meditation, and it was actually at the Arthur Findlay College. And my mum hadn't long passed, and we were all just sitting we were doing a really deep meditation. We were sitting in the power, and I was not thinking of him at all. And I swear I seen him as clear as day in that meditation. And I cannot explain to you the feeling. It was, I can't even explain to you what the feeling was like. It was just, I've never experienced anything like it in my life. It just felt, do you know, I felt, all of a sudden, I just felt the grief and the peace just fall from me. I felt it just, you know, and I felt so much trust and love that, I don't know, it was amazing. And it was the way it was so clearly looking at me, and it was his eyes. It was just his eyes as he kept looking at me. And there was no word spoken, but I knew he was saying, you're going to be all right. You know? And another one I had was in a dream. Another one was in a dream, and it was many years later. And he was in a dream. I could actually, in the dream, I could hear myself saying, that can't be Jesus. That is Jesus. That can't be Jesus. And then I woke up. So I've had a couple of experiences, but I haven't had them for a while, but I have had a couple of experiences, and it's not been a time where we've been talking about something religious or anything like that. In fact, the conversation we had before the meditation had nothing to do with anything like that. So, but then, you know, is Jesus Jesus? Do you know, or is Jesus coming forward, looking at Jesus that we would maybe recognize, do you know, as a higher realm of power and you know, because I was brought up Catholic, you know, but I didn't go to a Catholic high school. I went to a Catholic primary school, but the Catholicism, etc., stayed on and off, and they got married, and we got married in the Catholic church as well. But I hadn't attended anything after that, do you know? So I wasn't, you know, I wasn't keeping up that side of the faith, and no offense to anybody with that faith, but I'm quite happy doing my own thing and believing in the higher power of the divine. And I don't believe there's this is just my thought. There's not one religion and another religion and another religion. We're all one. We're all together. We're all united. You know, we're all together. And I think if you start putting them all in pockets and dividing each other up, it creates the problems that we've got today.
Yeah, I would agree.
And now I won't say anything else.
Isn't that the point, though? Isn't that the point, that you have a faith and a belief system? I think that's more the point, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whether we see that as Jesus because that's part of our programming, I don't think that really matters. What you really felt was that love and that connectedness. And I think that's more the point, isn't it?
And I don't think anybody has the right to say to you, that's a load of nonsense, you know, that's rubbish, you know, because we're all different, and spirit will work with us in the way that they know that they can connect and really reach out to us, you know. So, and we're all different as mediums as we are people, you know.
Yeah,
So
the good job that we are. The
yeah,
world needs variety, because you know some people be attracted to some mediums and not others, and there's a reason for that. And I very much think like attracts like, so you attract the people. And I think a lot of it religions, it's all the same thing. It's just different words that you use. You know, I've done a lot of shamanic work and a lot of pagan work, and to me it's the same thing, but we just different names used for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Variety.
Absolutely.
It's good to get the variety. Yeah, it's good.
It is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got a great question from Joanna Miller. Hi, Joanna. I'm sorry, Anne, this might go over your face a little bit. It's a big one. We're going to put it on screen. Oh my gosh. Hang on, let me, I'll read it from the screen. Hold on. What are your thoughts on those of us that can see orbs on baby monitors and strange interference with the sound? Is it anything to worry about? How do we know it's good energy around a baby? As well as this, I have been hearing voices just before falling asleep and abruptly wakes me right up again. I also feel like I am being touched too. Is someone trying to tell me something? Any feelings on this? Really need to understand why it's all happening and if there's anything to worry about. Thank you. Good question, Joanna. Really good question.
Do you want me to answer that one?
Yes, please. Yeah.
I think the orbs generally they're easier to see on a baby monitor, or if you put a video on your phone, they're easier to see. I would say I love paranormal work. I absolutely love it because no two cases are the same. They're all different. And I think when you see something, you've got to go with how the energy feels. You know, a black figure don't mean it's bad. A white figure doesn't mean good. You know, some of the most evil spirits I've worked with, malevolent spirits, have looked like children because they know that we get soft. And we'll go, oh, a child, come over me. So they do, and then they start on you. So, and I think you've got to go with what the feeling gets. I always say it's not the dead that frighten me, they won't, it's the living that scare me. So, and so I think that when you're in that place in between sleep and awake, when I'm not working, I switch off so that I'm not getting bombarded all the time. But in that place in between sleep and awake, when your conscious mind's its lowest, that's when they can come through, even when I'm put down. So, and I think that when they're first starting to work with you, that's often where they'll come into work with you, in that place when you just go into sleep or when you're just waking up. So I think dreams can be a big part of that as well. You know, when you get I think visitations from loved ones are quite rare, but when they happen, they're just amazing. You just know that you've got extra time with them. So yes, that's my thoughts. Also, you know, pets can come in as orbs, and loved ones around a baby or a child. So usually I think they'd be quite protected because you've got your loved ones in spirit that's looking after them. And I think true malevolent spirits are few and far between, to be fair. Most people when they die, they don't want to go home to the widow, no. They want to be with the loved ones. So but there's other exceptions there at times when that happens, and that's when you know, we don't get rid of them for you.
Yeah.
So sorry, Alice, go on.
I was just I think Carol's saying I'm changing over. I don't think they can see our questions, but we can see the questions, Carol.
Yeah.
We can see the questions. We're getting there, darling.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. And we've got more messages to do. We're going to be working soon as well. I also want to say, Ali's gone. She's disappeared.
Oh,
she's lost her link. So she'll be back on. Hopefully she'll be back on in a sec. Here she comes.
Sorry, I was trying to look at chat at the bottom of the screen and I pressed chat and it threw me out because I can't see people's comments.
No.
Sorry.
Cool. Don't worry. You're back. That's the main thing. You come back. So, okay. So, a quick question on here. On that last question, there's also, in my experience, people that are starting to hear voices as they drop off to sleep. You're kind of going into the astral a little bit. Yeah. And it would also suggest you're mediumistic. Okay, Marie, I've been seeing and hearing spirits since I was young, and it's now a daily experience. How do I protect myself apart from Sage? I want to learn how to put a mental block on.
Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to put a mental block on? That's what I don't understand.
Suppose so you're not getting bombarded, to be bombarded,
No.
24/7 with energies and loved ones. I think that you need to switch off.
You don't have to put a mental block on it, though. You just say, I'm not working with you just now. I'll work with you later on. And they do. They won't annoy you. They won't annoy you if you say to them, I'm not working with you just now, but I'll work with you later on. Then they do. They take that step back and they say, well, that's fine, and they do come back later on, but in the protection part of it as well, protection with Sage, does Miri feel threatened in any way to feel that she has to do that?
Yeah, potentially. Maybe she's a fear.
The opinion I used to have years ago. So I'd always used to say, if you say that you need protecting, you say that you're under attack and your guides will look after you, then a very strange thing happened, which is quite amazing as well. I was doing a reading for a guy, and I was saying to him, I'm not really into crystals that much, people tend to buy them. I got up, left my table, went over to Windowsill and got a crystal, which is a shamanic dreamstone. I'm saying, this is the only crystal that I've ever bought. And this voice said, this crystal's mine. So, and it's so clear, and it's been validated by a recording studio. Now, that's sort of, cut a long story short, I believe that they did that for me. My guides was because I were in some development workshops that week, and they were written by somebody else, and I was just delivering it, and it was grounded in protection. And I would have said, you don't need to protect yourself because your guides will do it automatically. And that completely changed how I felt, because it made me realise that I didn't actually know everything that's there. So I do find that if I'm using white sage, only the leaf bit, not the stem, but if I'm using the leaf bit, if it burns black, that's generally that something really malevolent there. But I can't feel and see everything that's there. And spirits usually communicate on a higher frequency. I think that's why some people hear them and some can't. But this spoke on our frequency, which that's what the recording studio said that we're interested. So we should have both heard it with us normally, but we didn't. And I think that, to me, that was a massive turnaround for me, because I felt that I'd have been. I mean, like I said, this is all great, and everything that we do and everything that we believe in is just somebody's opinion. So, and you just got to go with what opinions feel right for you. So, but I do ask for protection, because you don't. And this industry is not a love and light industry. There is jealousy and negative energies around, etc. So. I do ask for protection. That's just my personal thing. I'm not saying that.
I just think we're all different, and we all look at it different. And I just see that we're working with love. That's what I work with. I work with love, and I work with the higher power of the divine spirit. So I work with love. So I've never felt that I've ever had to ask for protection, but that's just my personal opinion. But I do know that there is other parts to that with the paranormal side. I do understand that, and I have seen a lot of things on that. I can only say I'm quite glad that doesn't happen with me.
I think
I'm quite happy doing what I'm doing, and that's just helping people in grief and helping people try to move on with their life after losing someone that they really loved, and giving them that evidence that is mum or that is dad, and just giving them that hope that they will meet again and they are around them. And that's what I feel. And I think it's to do with my nursing profession that I work that way. Paranormal things I couldn't probably do,
I think it's
I'm glad somebody can know.
I think that one of the things that they do use when I'm doing paranormal work is a psychic attack, and they used to come and attack me in sleep, and I'd be screaming, "John, help me," and grabbing my husband's arm, and so I went on, and I think the universe put it my way to do an astral travel and lucid dreaming weekend. So a fantastic place called Parsonage Side Retreat near Glastonbury. And then I learned that where I could fight back, so they don't do it anymore. So that it was where they could find the weak places, if that makes sense, and that's when I were in my dreams. So I can fight back now, and I can do the dreams, so I can be in control of that.
There's a really good questions come out just now. Can you see it, Paul?
There's loads, and I'm so sorry if we're missing
Paul
questions.
and Marie, Paula Marie. Paula Marie's got, I like to ask, how can I tell if my son has a demon messing with him? He has been he has been not himself and really destroying everything around us. Been really scared of him, can't sleep, afraid he's going to hurt me. Is this the demon that she's talking about?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to ask, how can I tell if my son has a demon messing with him? He has not been himself and really destroying everything around us. I don't want to be too controversial, but there, mental health issues. It's like anything, energy, like attracts like, and if you're resonating at a lower frequency, you're going to attract darker energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be conscious of what it is. It doesn't really matter, but I do believe you can deal with that. Okay, prayers are really powerful, can really help you, and there's a lot we could do for this. It's quite interesting. It could be something else, for all we know. It could be he's taking substances that are taking him into that vibration. So we really, without knowing more information, it's hard to make a judgment on that.
Yeah, I mean, I do get a lot of people saying that they've got, I do remove possessions of attachments. So, but then some will come and it's mental health. It's nothing to do with an attachment or spiritual. And then there's no I can do about that, but need mental health.
Yeah.
But I do think that some people are diagnosed as schizophrenic when they have attachments and it's a protection mechanism. And unfortunately, I think I meet a lot of them where they committed suicide because they eventually drive them insane to commit suicide, and they often meet them at that stage, which I think is very sad. So I don't think there's enough awareness out there. But then there is, like I said, there's genuine cases where it is mental illness, and then they need professionals to help with that.
And Paul has put, he doesn't believe in God, but that's okay that he doesn't believe in God. It's about changing him slowly. It's about getting him out of that dark place that he's in and why he feels he has to be in that position or what is there. So there's so many different things you could talk about this.
Yeah, it's about the love.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about the love. And I was always told, your protection is the more you raise your vibration, the more you have that connection, that love in your heart, and realization that you are a spark of the divine. That lower energy stuff doesn't come near you. So yeah, it's interesting. Someone told me a story, and I shouldn't really say this, but someone told me a story recently. I'm not going to name names because people might not know them, but they had a kind of a physical attack by an entity, and she remembered something that this woman had said to her many, many years ago. Send the love out, and it worked. It stopped. So rather than fear and be in fear of this, whatever was happening to her, she just, I love you, and she put that love out there, disappeared.
Because fear attracts fear, love attracts love.
Yeah, I mean, this healing Reiki, but even just, if there's somebody that needs healing, that I put it on Facebook, we've seen absolute miracles happen with distance healing when the collective comes together to send healing, love, prayers, anything positive. I think absolute miracles happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even said, Lady Diana died, Mrs. died. They said that the actual scientists proved that the energy around the Earth actually changed. Because when something like that happens, I think we all come together as a society and become more compassionate. And they actually recorded that.
Yeah, it was also an example of how we're all connected. We're in this collective consciousness, and that collective grief that we showed was really quite interesting.
In South Africa, they have a fantastic word in South Africa called Ubuntu, and we don't have that. And they're taught in schools that everything's connected, that, if you damage a tree, you're damaging yourself. If you hurt another person, you hurt yourself, because everything's connected. It can't be disconnected. And they teach that in schools. That's why they teach to be kind to other people. Otherwise, you hurt your own energy. And I wish we had that in our society.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we are going to raise the vibration now. We're going to talk about nice things. We are going to... and it's important just to say, never to fear, never to be in fear, never to fear anything. Okay, because the truth is, there is nothing to be afraid of. Okay. It was Greg Braden who wrote and done about it. I'm not sure. Wrote and done about it. That's from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, Ali, we're going to work, and we are going to put the link up on screen as well if you want to come and say hi to Ali and myself and Alice, but only if you recognize the contact. Don't just jump in and say hi. We'd like it if you understand the contact. So if you listen to the evidence that's coming from myself, Ali and Alice, and you recognize it, then please come on in. That would be great to see you and connect, and hopefully we can bring your loved one through. So I'm just posting the link now. If we missed your questions, guys, we're so sorry. We'll try to go over the stream and answer those questions as well when we come off air. So who wants to go first?
I don't mind. I'll go first.
Oh, okay. Our guest always gets the first one. Okay.
So I've got a gentleman that comes through. Now, I think it's cancer that he's passed with. It feels literally as though it's from his chest, his lungs, down to bowel area, possibly like esophagus and pancreatic as well. I don't think he's been gone that long because of the energy that he comes forward with. He did lose a lot of weight, so I feel really cold, which would usually mean that they've lost a lot of weight. I would say that this man is not an old man, maybe like late 50s, early 60s. He's not the sort that you'd expect to come through at something like this. So, but he feels that he needs to get a message to one of his loved ones that he is around, that he's still there, because he didn't believe in any of this when he passed over. So he's got a very dry mouth towards the end of his life, and he'd waited for people to go. I think he'd waited for people to leave, and then he died. So he did try to fight it, but then when he lost his quality of life, he just let go. So I'd say that he's probably gone in within the past year, 18 months, that this is quite a revelation for him to be able to come forward. So does anybody understand that?
Not as yet, guys. If you're listening, you understand that information, let us know.
Okay, let me get a bit more detail on. I think he would have had a manual job. I think he's a hard worker. Very down to earth, would just say as it was. Loved his family, loved his telly. So we're talking about, there's a dog with him, which I think looks like a sort of spaniel-sized dog, maybe a bit smaller. And I think that he would have thought a while. He keeps saying 6 months. I don't know if it was 6 months from beginning to end. But he did, the last few weeks, he went downhill. He just, I think when he sort of more got into his lungs, his quality of life goes, and then it went at that point. So,
okay, I've got Becky in the stream. Do you want to bring her in to see if she recognises this?
Yeah.
Hi, Becky. Do you understand what Ali's saying?
Sorry, I didn't hear everything because I was trying to connect with you both. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay. So did you hear any of it?
I just heard about the chat with the throat
cancer. Yeah, I think it's spread all over. Stomach, bowel, pancreatic. It just feels like from here to there. I would say that he'd be late 50s, maybe early 60s. Quite a family man, liked his TV. There's a medium-sized, it's a small dog with him. So, and I think he's probably not been gone that long.
No, I'm sorry, that doesn't resonate with me, but I did think it might have been my grandfather, but that was years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
all right, Becky, thank you for trying. Thank you for trying. We'll drop you out. Thank you, Becky.
Thank you. Sorry.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. It sounds like my uncle, but passed in 2015. He had pancreatic also, Jordan says. Hi, Jordan.
Is there a young child, there's a young boy, a lad that he comes in and he's with a lot, so it could be that he's that baby's gatekeeper main guide, but I think he's a young boy. Does that fit, Jordan, with your...
My son's dad just died of cancer. That's from Paula.
Oh, okay. So does the rest of it fit, Paula? Because that would fit with the boy that he's working with. That is around the semester.
Yeah, my son's dad just died of cancer. It could be Paula. Can you come in on the link? That'd be great. Yeah, I'm getting a really cold feeling. I've got the heating on full blast in it. I'm absolutely freezing.
Me too. I've got
much
goosebumps with it. It was so
much.
cold. Yeah.
That's
I
really
get
powerful.
cold when there's a sign that they're off way. Or sometimes it can just be I felt the cold.
Yeah. Oh, I just headbutted the microphone. That's a good start. My chair's not the best. So yeah, I've got spirit in here. Really, I've got somebody with me as well. But we're just going to keep going. Hopefully, Paula, you can see this coming. Carol's put
the message that he's just wanting to give is that he's around. That he's eating some humble pie. He did have a lot of indigestion. Or a lot of what does that say? Could be my son-in-law, would it say?
Yeah, so Carol's put my son-in-law, but Paula is in on stream. Hi, Paula.
Hi, how are you?
We're good, thank you.
So do you understand everything that I've said about with
Do what?
do you understand everything that I've said about with gentlemen?
Yes.
Okay. What is really wanting to come? Do you understand the young boy or the child that is around that he's working with?
Yes.
So he's saying that he does want to eat a big piece of humble pie because he didn't believe in any of this, he said when he passed. So he said he's been making his presence be known with sort of chills down your arm. He's been hi. He said he's been sending feathers, and he's even sent the entire bird. He said there's a bird sitting outside looking in, and he's coming in over there.
The window.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. So he wants you to know that he does now believe in all this. What he says. So he had a very dry mouth towards the end, but he's eating something like
What?
he had a very dry mouth towards the end.
Yes.
So but he's just popped in a sweet, something like butterscotch or toffee type of flavour. So and he's not the sort of guy that you would expect to put himself forward a bit. So but he's wanting you to know that he's there.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't believe in anything like that because I just started getting into crystals and all this before he passed, and he's like, "Oh, you're a little kooky." I said, "Yeah, that's why I'm doing it." But yeah, he's like, "Oh, you're wasting your time. I'll never come visit you on this and whatever." But I said something because it just flies in my dining room and like it tries to get in, but then it falls right into the snow and gets back up.
Yes, that's the bird that is coming.
But
So,
yes, freaky.
He's very grateful. He comes in with a lot of love. So he said he wasn't always the best when he was younger. So but he said he hopes that he'd lived and learned. Maybe not learned, but he certainly lived. And he wants you to know that he's standing back up again on his own legs. So he's back to how he used to be. In fact, he's not 10 years off of himself, is what he said.
Yeah.
So,
thank you. But
it comes to so much love, and he's so proud of the lad. So proud.
Yeah. That's my son's problem too. He thought his dad didn't love him, and he's been so depressed and destroying stuff, and he's hearing voices, and I think he's clairaudient, but he won't admit it. And
yeah, he is. That's how his dad's working in.
Oh, she just dropped out. We've lost her. I don't know what happened to her, but she's dropped out. Okay. Sorry, Paula, if you're listening. I don't know what happened. Oh, she's coming back on. So I don't know what happened. You dropped out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So yes, he is clairaudient. He's working with him. So and he's is he autistic? He said that
yes.
Him
and my grandson are autistic.
Yes. Yeah. He does say he needs to play his games because him playing his games is.
Oh, she's dropped out again. She's dropped out again. Probably the children pressing the button, I would say. Well, that was a great message, Ali.
Thank you.
Back on.
Okay.
Oh, we're back.
And my grandson's, come on.
So he says that he does need to play his games because that's the time when that's his meditation. That's the time when he has he's chilled out, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
he does absolutely love him. He comes to with so much love, so much pride.
Paula, I hope that was all right if she's listening. Okay. we've got Alice. Did you want to go next?
Yeah.
Oh,
we're having a bad storm here.
that's all right.
Oh, are you? Is it a snowstorm?
Yes.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Snowstorm we're having. So, yeah. But
But I
don't
think
know, I'm kinda in
he
shock.
delivered his message really anyway. If it goes off again, I think he delivered his message that he loves him so much and that he's so proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's been saying lately, he's going to the front door and saying, Grandpa's here, Grandpa's here. Yeah.
And he is.
And yeah. And I'm like, what? Because I didn't realize he's been seeing things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, you know, so I've been kind of listening to him and Cody, you know, and he's playing games with Cody, and, you know, he calls me in the middle of the night and, can I get some of those crystals? Not that I believe, but can I get them some black obsidian and those purple crystals so I can sleep? And I said, yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. It's been amazing track, huh? Grandma. Hold on, honey. This isn't people. This is for a reading to talk to Grandpa and everybody. Oh my God. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah, that's what I tell him. He's at it.
He's gone.
But,
So thank you, Paula. Thank you for coming forward.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Ali. Thank you, Paula. That was awesome. Thank you for coming on.
And thank you. Sorry, everything's blocking out of here.
That's okay. Hopefully the storm will stop soon. But thank you for joining Spiritual Talk.
I can hardly hear you, but okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.
You. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Awesome. Did you want to go next, Alice?
Yeah. Okay. Just I've got a gentleman stepping forward, and as he's coming forward, I feel he wasn't old when he passed. He's taken me to Mexico, so there's a connection around him with Mexico. I can see his hair as well. It's dark hair, but lots of it here. And he wasn't old when he passed. He was younger when he passed. I'm not good with ages, but I'd say maybe late 20s, maybe early 30s. But I'm not good at age here, so I'm just going with this. And I know Mexico is very relevant. Either he has got family there or he's got connections there in some way, but he's bringing in Mexico. Actually, it's somewhere around Cancun in Mexico. So I don't know if this is a memory then he's bringing in of a holiday.
Interesting. So Paula, who we just had on, so sorry, couldn't hardly hear you, but Randy always went to Mexico.
Oh, right, okay. So
following on from the same link.
That's what's happened. That's exactly what's happened. Do you know? I kind of thought this is a bit sticky. Do you know? But yeah, I knew what I was getting. So yeah, okay, all right. So thank you, Paula, for bringing that forward. Okay, and I will move on from that and leave his love.
Okay, thank you, Paula. Again.
Thank you very much.
Because that's quite specific, going to Mexico and Cancun. I'm thinking, okay, that is very specific. Okay, awesome. So I've got a lady here. It's so cold in here, but she just wants to come through and connect with her loved ones. I know she would have had either some kind of Alzheimer's. What's the other one? Not Alzheimer's. There's
dementia.
Dementia. Thank you. I know there was a level of dementia with her. Sorry. And she makes me aware of that. I also know that because of the condition, she could be quite loud, would get quite upset with her, the way she was. She also wants to talk to, I believe it's a couple, at least a daughter. I'm not sure whether it's a son-in-law, but at least a daughter. I know. Also, she showed me slippers. She would always wear her slippers, but she would shuffle moving along with her slippers. She was in a dressing gown a lot as well. She would and she smoked. Also, I want to say that she would use the odd F and Jeff, because where she was and how she felt she was being treated. She didn't. Carol just said there's someone behind you on there, Alice. So that's interesting. Okay, and okay. Okay. Okay, she's talking about her slippers as well and getting dressed, and I know she would have been helped. I know I feel it's a daughter she keeps talking about. There would have been help with her getting dressed in the morning, etc. But she used to cry out a lot at night time as well with confusion. And she would also call a spade a spade. She wouldn't hold back. I know she used to smoke. I know most people that generation used to smoke, but she's making me aware that she used to smoke. I think she's been gone a little while. I'm not sure how long. If you understand this information, please come in. She's trying to give me what sounds like a bit like Ange or Angie as well. Also, I don't normally give my name, but Paul, it sounds like Paul as well. I know, yeah, because she's rattling around in here. I know she would have spent time in hospital. I do believe she would have been in and out of hospital with a certain condition because she's walking around with what do they call that? Like a drip? What do they call that? It's like a drip, isn't it? I forget
An
what it
IV
is.
drip.
Yeah.
Yeah. IV bag of fluids.
She's walking around with a drip, and she's in here behind me. I don't know if anyone can see it. I can really feel it's really cold in here. It's unbelievable. And I also know she would have fallen over, and I believe that's a little bit controversial because she had a bang to the head. Okay, I know she's okay. I know she's trying to tell you that she's okay. She's also trying to give me the Rosie that's connected to her. I know there's also a September birthday, and I believe it's around the 20th as well, 21st or 22nd. She's trying to be more specific. Sounds like my resident Anne. It sounded like Anne or Ange when it came in, Emma, if you understand this, because she's trying to say, because she was, and forgive me for saying this, she was so disruptive and so upset, it would be upsetting to look after her. Just been to her funeral. Would you understand the daughter that connects to her as well? And the daughter being frustrated and upset with her. Not as in frustrated and angry, but frustrated that she couldn't help mum more. Would you understand that? She was and called me mum. Did you want to come in, Emma, so you can take this information? She's really quite happy as well to come through. Forgive me for saying this. I know she had the Alzheimer's, but she was a little bit eccentric and quite good fun when she was having a good day. No, she only had a godson. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. But so I've given birthdays, and if you can't take birthdays, okay. Yeah, she's given me another date as well in May. Very great sense of humor, but slightly eccentric though. Very creative too. Well, don't tell me anything, guys. Don't tell me anymore. If I didn't say creative, don't give it to me. All right. If you can come in, Emma, that'll be great because that's all I've. Oh, Marie, sorry, some information is familiar to me, but because I still want to go back to the roses I symbolized for my gran, possibly. Great Nan had Alzheimer's, can't spell the word. Okay, don't worry. Yeah, me too. Okay, she keeps trying to give me the May birthday. There's no point me blocking it. The May birthday she's connecting to, and I believe that's actually an anniversary. The more I connect to that, and I believe it's a wedding anniversary. Yes, eccentric. I've got 3 people taking it now. We're just going to keep going. It's always the way, isn't it? You've got, okay, she died due to a fall. Okay, I know it's a little bit controversial, Emma, this fall, because she talks about it. It would have been a little bit controversial and frustrating because I believe there would have been accusations around that as well. And I'm not trying to cause trouble, but I just know the consequences of her fall. Very, she's put. Okay. Janice, okay. Okay, if you can come in, guys, can you see the comments? Can you see the actual link? I'm just going to put it in again. One more. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's in now. Would you understand the name Mark as well that connects to this? Just trying to give me the name Mark here. Oh, don't know who TW is. Someone's connecting. My mum passed her after a fall, Mary. Potentially. Did mum have Alzheimer's or something very similar to that? I've got TW in the background. Yeah. Interesting. Helen can see someone standing next to me. That's awesome. No, TW's gone. No, Mark. Okay. Okay. Can you see the link? Mary's put that in as yes. Going to keep pasting that link. Great fun, though. This lady was good fun, and she was a talker as well. Very strong-minded, and she was a survivor. But I keep, for some reason, whether this is, it feels fairly recent, but her in this pink nightie as well. And I keep seeing these pink slippers that look like sliders where you slide your feet into. And I keep hearing her shuffling around. And I know people would have liked her, even though she was difficult in the late stages of her life. Sounds familiar, but not to the names. Okay. The Ange was the first one that came in. Okay, if no one's going to come in, I'm going to leave her love. So the links are there. No links. She was lovely. Yeah, definitely. If you look on, don't worry about it. If you see the duck, you can click on it and come in, but not to worry. She would always wear pink. Also, but very old. Yeah, she is definitely old, this lovely lady. But I feel so cold. She keeps making me feel so cold. And my hands as well. But she would have been great fun. Lots of stories to tell. And I do believe she would have repeated herself quite a lot. And she's also given the name David that connects into her. I got the name Mark and the name David. Oh, it's so frustrating when people can't come in. Never mind. She would always wear pink, but also, I know that's the same one. Can't see the duck or the link. We've been having problems with Facebook tonight, but don't worry if you understand this. We'll leave it there. Have you got anything else to add, Alice? Did you want to go with one?
Yeah, there's no one coming on. No. Okay.
So yeah, no. Emma put David, yes, and Jordan has put David, my great uncle. Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll bring in another link then. Just okay.
Yeah, actually, she says she's not giving me a chance to give my message. She's just saying I'm okay. I'm over the other side. I do feel it isn't that long since she's been passed. And Emma was the one that said she went to her funeral the other day. I do feel that she's not long been passed. I know she's just telling people she's okay. Okay, I'll leave that. See, TW keeps trying to link as well. Mum's
maiden name was Davidson.
Okay. I don't know who TW is, but they keep trying to get in as well. So I'm not sure. Did you want to do one more and then we'll
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me bring in someone. Okay. I've got a young girl coming forward. She was a singer. Okay. I feel it was more not like pop music, but more kind of like operatic kind of music.
Hold on. Sorry, Alice, to meet you. Oh my gosh. I think it's my ex-mother-in-law. She's called Anne. Her sons are David and Mark. She had dementia. My dad's called Paul. This is a problem of being live. It's always, so guys, I'm so sorry, but and the problem is because it comes up as Facebook user, I'm not sure. Anyway, she just wants to let people know she's happy, she's fine, and I just get this immense feeling of love with her. Sorry, Alice, carry on.
Okay, I'm just okay. The young girl is a young lady I've got, and I feel that she would have been a singer. I feel operatic kind of music. I can actually see her standing. I can see a stage as well. So I feel that she would have been on a stage doing singing at some point in her life. I feel it was a big part of her life, actually. The singing was a big part of her life. And I know that she's had blonde hair as well, because I'm seeing blonde hair with her as well here, long kind of blonde hair. So I don't know if she's shown me herself when she was younger or not, but I'm seeing her as she's younger here. And I can actually see her standing, and very slim, very, very slim. And I can see her singing this, belling out this music and this opera singing that I'm getting from her. I also feel there would be a connection also around her with Sweden. So I don't know if she lived in Sweden or where the connection comes in, but I feel Sweden, because I'm very, very much getting connected to the Swiss Alps, and I'm just seeing all that as well just now. Yeah, okay. And I also feel with her too that she had a long-standing illness that was going on, but she talks about where it affected her voice box, her vocal cord, and it affected her voice box as well. Give me something else. January is very significant around her, because she's given me the month of January. I'm also hearing a name coming in as well, with the name Bethany. Bethany, I'm hearing the name Bethany. So either she knows somebody close to her that was that name, or it's her name, but I'm hearing the name Bethany as well. Yeah, okay. And she talks about 2 years. There was illness going on around her for 2 years. But I'm not going to go on any more with this, because I want to get my connection. And the first thing that's most important is the music. The music, for a start, is very important. And I do feel she was a singer. And there was some connection that affected the voice or the throat. Any calls on this yet?
Nothing. It's gone dead. It's gone into no man's land.
Okay.
Yeah, which is what happened to me. People were taking bits and pieces, and then right at the very end, bang. Yeah.
It might be that somebody listens to this afterwards, and that message gets to them that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Marie's back. I'm seeing someone behind Alice.
I'm hearing the name Mandy as well. The name Mandy's coming in as well. The name Mandy's coming in. Is there somebody Mandy here? Is there somebody called Mandy here?
Someone called Bethany on here, Joanna just said.
Okay.
I literally just seen my breath. I mean, I've literally got the heater on full blast, and it's warm in here. I've just seen my breath. It's that cold.
I've got the name Bethany. I've got the name Bethany, and I've also got the name Mandy. On here, the name Bethany. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, doc. I got the name Bethany, so I don't know where she is, but if she's still there, can she understand any of what I've just said? If so, then put a thumbs up, or Paula said Bethany.
Paula said Bethany as well, which is
because I did get the name Bethany, and it's an unusual name, but I heard it really clearly, the name Bethany. So I feel there's a connection in with this young lady I have here, that I'm reaching out then to the person called Bethany. And there's also a connection with the name Mandy as well, or Amanda as well. So I got both of those names coming in.
Paula's tagged Beth.
Okay, thank you, Paula. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Thank you.
While we're waiting, was Mandy the one that's passed?
Yeah, at the moment I feel it is. Okay, but I would like to connect a little closer with the person who they're trying to reach out. The evidence I would like to give right at this moment in time would be a young girl, blonde hair. She definitely was a singer, okay? And I feel it was operatic kind, and she's got a stage. She performed as well, and she gave me the name Bethany. And then after she gave me the name Bethany, she gave me the name Mandy or Amanda, okay? So I would like to make sure that they can take the first line of it, which would be the music and her singing, okay? Before I would spiritual medium Mandy Paul, okay? Oh.
So no. I'm just deleting some. We got a spammer.
Right.
Spammer. Yeah. Yeah. Just before we go though, Ali,
I'm coming out of it. I'm coming out of it anyway. I'm coming out, and then and I don't like working that way.
That's okay. So, that's okay. Yeah. I wanted to ask Ali. First of all, thank you so much for being our guest tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Mandy used to sing, but can't say about doing live singing. Okay. Can I just ask you, Jordan, was it like operatic kind of music? Because she's bellowing out here, really bellowing out that this. I wish I could hear the song. But it's strong. It's real powerful voice here. Okay. Yeah. And something happened with the vocal cords or the throat as well. If you can understand that as well, Jordan. She did all sorts. Okay. Can you understand she had blonde hair and she was very slim as well? Because I'm seeing blonde hair and slim with her. She gave me the name Bethany, which is very strong. And she also gave, you understood the name Mandy, but she also gave me the name Bethany. Blonde hair. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave you with this, and if someone can actually understand what I've just said, even if it's just a little bits of this, because it's all kind of mixed all over. There's a few people now coming up there, so it's great.
Brilliant.
Yeah. So okay, so I'm going to draw back from it because I can feel her power going, and I like to work close with spirit world. I don't like coming in and out the power. Okay, I'm going to leave you with her love. Okay,
it's harder when you not got the voice.
Beautiful soul, and she passed when she was young. She wasn't old. Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. So we just wanted to say thank you, Ali, and also Ali, what next for you?
What do you mean? What next?
What next? Have you got any plans? What to do? Anything different? Any little projects coming up?
Yes, actually. I'm a great YouTube fan. I watch a lot of true crime. That's how I relax on a night. So, and now I didn't know if it's for this, because for the past, since January, like pretty much January 1st, I've kept getting pushed towards doing a YouTube channel or something. So, and then I've not really been sure. So I've even bought a ring light. So, because I've not been sure whether it's that they want me to push to do my own, or whether this is it. So I guess I'll find after this. So as to what it is, but yeah, I'm thinking sort of a YouTube channel. I think
that'll be good. That'll be good. Well, it's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you for working with us tonight. Before you go, though,
thank you for inviting me,
guys. If you're listening, and can you just let us know you shared? Can you see the comments on the right-hand side? But don't take yourself out this time. We'll get the guys.
I don't look at them in case they bomb out again.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll wait. So, lovely. Thank you, Marie. Yeah, guys are just putting in who shared. If you'd like to pick someone, name comes that you can see. I'm not sure if it's Jane's turn. I think it was mine last week. I think it's Jane's turn this week. And then I'm not sure, it might be you next week though, Alice. Or did you want to do one?
I don't mind. I don't mind if, if Jane wants a rest. I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind, honestly. Yeah, it's fine.
So if there's a name that comes out, can you see any names on there that's sticking out for you? Can you see that on there, Ali, on the comments?
No, I can't see any comments, unfortunately, sir. Alice, can you see one that you're drawn to? Or?
Well, Alice is going to read for them. So
I'm going to
Okay.
read. I can't do it.
No,
I
I
can I
can't see
pick
any
you one?
comments.
Can I pick you one?
Yes, please do.
So, okay, I'm going to go for, sorry guys, if you've had this before, but I am going to go for someone I don't believe who's ever had a reading with us. Helen Cullen Charlesworth. Congratulations. Okay, you've been like Cullen Charlesworth. What a great name, by the way. That's proper posh, Helen. Yeah, that is proper posh in my book. Well, especially where I'm from. I'm actually from Bury St Edmunds. Can I say it's quite posh there now? It never used to be, but it's quite posh there now.
Where are you from, Paul?
A place called Bury St Edmunds, which sounds like a graveyard. I know. It's quite posh. It's a little town in Suffolk, and it's on the Michael and Mary line that comes up from Glastonbury. So that's it's not our only claim to fame. One of the major things about Bury was where the barons got together and they formed the Magna Carta. So, but then the townspeople tore the cathedral down because they were charging too much tax. So, and everyone was hungry. Anyway, that sounds like a familiar story, doesn't it? Anyway, moving on, guys. It's been absolutely brilliant. Ali, you've been brilliant. We want to thank everyone for coming on, supporting us. It's been brilliant. Any comments or anything you'd like for feedback or any suggestions, please feel free to message myself, Jane, or Alice. We always love hearing your ideas. But for now, until next week, 8 o'clock, it's time to say goodbye, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.